What's up guys, welcome back to Merida in Mexico. Today I want to share with you 3 things that all successful traders have in common. Things that they do, that they think, and ultimately what makes them successful. Throughout this video I'll also share with you a couple of clips from a walking tour I did a few days ago. That was awesome. By the way, quick trick, it's a really good way to meet people when you travel, and you can just Google walking tour in the city you're in and you can meet a lot of people that way. So that's what you'll see in this video. But to get back on topic, the first thing all successful traders have in common is they don't care about being right, but they do care a lot about their numbers. And that means that on any given trade, the successful trader won't care about the result. He's not going to care about whether it's right or not right. That doesn't matter. But he's going to look at the end of the month at the result, the numbers, the data telling him what happened. And if the numbers are wrong, or if something is happening where the market changes and he sees a difference in his number, what that's going to be his win rate, his reward to risk, and other measures, he's for sure going to adjust and take time to understand what's happening. A lot of people you talk to when trading, the struggling traders, they only care about being right. They want to take the right trade and make the fastest money. But they forget that that doesn't work in the market, because of the fact that we can never predict what happens anyway, and that is not that important to your profit. Better make money than be right, in my opinion. And making money doesn't happen on one trade, it happens on a series of multiple trades and on the long term. So that's the very first thing. The second thing all successful traders have in common is they know and they've learned how to set the right type of goal. And here I want you to forget 2 things. The first thing is what some people call a smart goal. Now, a smart goal only allows you to kind of push yourself a little bit, and even pushing yourself is kind of a word too strong for it. You just like want to have goals you can reach easily, and you just put goals for the sake of putting goals. But that doesn't really make a big difference. And going into trading, in my opinion, isn't smart. It's something that most people won't do. And if you ask someone, it's not really realistic for most people. But you gotta push beyond that and make it happen. So forget the smart thing, that doesn't work that well. And also forget only writing your goals down and expecting it to happen. That doesn't really work well either. So what you want to have is a mix of both, which is going to be writing down your goal, of course. Put some outcome goals, whatever you want to have, money, cars, freedom, travel, and that's fine. But then on the side of that, you want to break them down. We did a few videos on that in the past. Break them down into what exactly you have to do. And then the most important part into all of this is at the end of the month, review them. Review your goals and make sure you go back on them. Because if you don't do it, then you will see a lack of momentum the next month. And I see a big difference myself when I review my goals at the end of the month or the beginning of a new month versus when I don't do it. When I don't do it, it's like I'm really confused and lost the next month, and I just don't progress that much. But when I do review my goals, I do go back on my goals, write them down once again with what is the result of the past month, what I've been working on, what happened, and what I need to work on the next month. I see a big difference. I feel better, I feel more focused, and ultimately I get more stuff done because I've planned that. I've think through what I was supposed to do. And of course, part of it is to review your goals daily, go back on them, study them, go through them, break them down, and adjust them over time. There's no right or wrong way to set goals, I think. What's really important is to break them down. And if you wonder how to achieve your goals, that's where you gotta talk to other people and reach out to other traders, other people doing the same thing you wanna do. And they will help you, tell you exactly what step you have to take. That's easy to do. As long as you're willing to set the heading of your boat, then the steps can be taken care of later, and you can just adapt them over time and figure out what works, what doesn't, and how you can adapt. So all traders I've seen do this. They all set goals, they all have things they work on, and the ones that don't might be successful sometime, but they get to a point where they cannot progress anymore because they don't have the thing they work on. They don't have progress. They don't have anything to keep them moving upward. And that is, in my opinion, a big problem. Something you really don't want to face. So that's the second thing. third thing is something I've not really talked about before, but I've seen for myself can make a big difference. And that is to focus on whatever you do when you do it. A lot of people I see, and even myself sometimes, we want to look at the chart, we want to go through different pairs and identify the zones, for example, or put some things in the chart. And then we get distracted because that's not cool to do. That's a routine of the trading business you're in. But then you want to find something better, more interesting to do, because you're used to and conditioned to think that trading is exciting and cool and nice. But for me, I've seen a big difference with what happens when I do only the charts and put the zones and then do it all and then go away and do something else after, versus being there, going on a different website, switching between tabs, thinking about an idea, replying to an email, going back on the chart, and trying to put the zones throughout that, trying to work on my chart throughout that. That makes a big difference. Think about the mistakes you can make when you're not focused. This is time you waste that you could spend on more valuable things, on things that are more important to you. And if you're wasting it, if you're just going back and forth and making mistakes you have to correct after, then that's the hard part. That's a really bad way to do things. And you might as well just forget it or have someone do it for you. Now keep in mind that successful traders, when they face a problem, are going to think how to solve it. And that might mean that if they hate putting lines on their chart or looking at their charts daily, they might find a way to automate it, make it more simple, or having something doing it all the time so that they don't have to watch the chart. And for me, that was the same thing with missing trades, right? I was missing trades. I had to find a solution for it. I ended up using automation systems to not have to look at the chart too much. Link below, of course, if you want to check it out. And that solved the problem. But this is about being focused on what you have to do. When you do your journal, do your journal. When you take your trade, take your trade. When you review the chart, review the chart. And have nothing else open. Nothing else to distract you, because that's going to waste your time and you won't be productive anyway. So that's number 3.
But Mayas never hear Spanish. So Mayas answer to the Spaniard. When the Spaniard asked to them, what's the name of this country? What's the name of the land? Mayas replied, Bish Atan. And they tried to pronounce Bish Atan, and they start to call it Yucatan. But really, Mayas, or Yucatan, or Bish Atan means, what do you mean? What do you mean? And they try to repeat that sentence, and they start to call it Yucatan. Second version is similar to the first one, but Maya start to murmur, Uy Utan. Uy Utan means listen how they are talking, and they believe the name of the question was answered, and they start to call it to this peninsula Yucatan Peninsula. That means in Maya, just to call to this land Maya, Maya. Maya, I don't know why my ancestors started to call it this way, because Maya means place of the chosen people.
Hope that makes sense, guys. Comment below with your thoughts on this. If there's anything you think I missed out, comment below with it, and I'll be sure to read and reply. Give a like on that video if you liked it today, and subscribe if it's not done yet. There's one more video like this every single day, and I'll catch you back here in Merida tomorrow. Ciao.